These videos are brought to you by MSCCasino.com and the Macau Sporting Club. MSCCasino.com. Check it out.
You are watching Sports Matters TV.
Okay, guys, Sports Matters TV. We're in Cork, the Siam Warriors 20th anniversary. Martin, 20 years ago, first of all, it all kind of started for you. Now, let's talk about that fight, first of all, tonight. Yourself and Malcolm, you know what I mean? Two veterans, first of all, but what a fucking fight.
Yeah, well, no one will believe this, but before we went out, I actually burst my bicep years ago, and I was throwing some fairly heavy shots, bang, bang, putting combinations together on side, and I actually ruptured my bicep before I went out. So I'm there 10 minutes before, and I goes, I don't believe this, so just went out anyway, and it was a bit off-putting, and then he cracked me in round one, and it was a bad start, but once I got my head together and stuff like that. But I would like to do a better display, obviously,
Definitely. And listen, it's he had a fairly orthodox style. It was when we were watching him, because we were in the hall chatting to him, and he was like, I drove up from Kerry, and he goes, I said to myself, what the fuck am I doing fighting Martin Horgan? I must be having a midlife crisis, he said. And I was there saying, is he fucking in the wrong building? But he done alright, to be fair to him.
No, Malcolm's always been really dangerous, and he fought for a world title in KO of a sort of mixed combat thing there years ago, and he fought a really good name and that, he's Malcolm's very dangerous, he's not to be none of us are ripped up like we used to be or anything like that, but as you see, he had that power and he was able to put a few guys away in the past as well, so I really only took the fight Monday.
I know. We thought it was an April Fool's joke, because we were saying, obviously we were at your last fight, and we didn't know if it was a mess, but then obviously we were delighted to see that you were going to fight.
Yeah, I had about 10 from my own gym lined up to other people from the other gym, but they all, one after the other, we just had major injuries and there was problems, and so I was running. So I just stepped in. Malcolm, one or two of his opponents didn't work out, so I just stepped in. As I say, we're both veterans, and but it was good to get it done. I would have liked to go out there being a lot cleaner and a lot more precise, but and when I switced on afterwards, I was, I got the job.
And a great finish in the end, Martin. Look, that finish was beautiful. Just shows your experience, your skill, and listen, he done well to get back up.
He did. Malcolm he's always been fairly, he's been rock solid over the years. He's done many. He was doing mixed martial arts, and no one was doing different forms, different things, and he done Thai box through the years as well, and. He was there, as you see, he dropped me, and he did drop me,
Yeah, no, it was. And listen, man, 20 years, look, Siam Warriors is your baby, we know firsthand the sacrifices you made over the 20 years, plus beyond that, you brought so many shows to this country and to Cork for so many years. What does it mean to you to reach that 20 mark? And look, obviously another 20 years to go as well. There's probably another 60 years to go, but look, it's surreal that we have this in Cork, and it's thanks to you.
I always try and build lads, and I've helped build fighters from all over the country, give them opportunities and have big shows. We're 20 years Siam Warriors doing shows, obviously we're training longer. I'm in the sport. I had my first time in the ring was 1993. I'm still only 27 though. So
it's surreal. And look, what's ahead? Look, do you have an idea of what's ahead for you in regards to Siam Warriors and super shows? You've obviously got your dates picked throughout the months ahead, but listen, there's many big nights to come.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a couple of plans, some really big ones, bigger than ever. It's just clicking on the date and clicking with the right fighters. And it's not just my gym. I give opportunity for fighters all over the country. And I bring international stars in as well, which the community loves as well to watch,
Definitely. Look, we mentioned the seminars. You're bringing all the big boys over from one championship. Obviously, we've seen Ryan, Sean Clancy fight one championship. That's obviously a big thing for you, man, to see your fighters go to that extent. And we know what they can do. You've trained world champions all around Cork, but it's surreal to see that. And look, the game's getting bigger and bigger.
Absolutely. One championship has rocketed the sport as well. It's a different form of Thai box because it's so full on in the MMA gloves. The smaller gloves, one mistake and you're out, and that can happen to any fighter from any level. The lads for Clancy, maybe one championship came that tiny bit too late for him. Because he did so many fights in Thailand, and he's known by the promoters over there being really tough. But he's got fight of the night and fight of the quarter, fighting Ponksary and stuff like that. And he's not finished yet. They've asked him back. He just needs to get the right timing and the right opponent. And he'll be back to one championship. Ryan Sheehan, they said he'll have another shot out there, and there's something big coming up for Ryan as well there now again.
I love it. Martin, does it annoy you, know what I mean? Say 20 years ago if we had one championship, imagine Martin Horgan and one championship. You must look at it and say, look, you know at your prime and your peak you would have been able for it, but does it drive you mad that you didn't get that opportunity because it all counts?
Listen, the lads have outdone anything I've done before. Like, you know, I had 56. I think that's my 64th, 65th fight.
Yeah.
You know, they don't all work out. I think that's about my 10th or 12th dropping people with elbows, so I'm happy enough with that, like, you know. And
that's what, man. Are you don't know, look, when we might get one more fight, because look, you are fresh, you train a lot. Are you open to down the road, look, if someone pulls out, you might happen to win again, like?
We'll see. I do train away, like, you know, and never say never, but it's hard to, you know, when you're nearly 30 years old, it's hard to keep it going.
Yeah, I understand. Martin, thank you for your time as always, man, and a great show. Thanks very much.